Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport. Today, we're on the page of David Mello. Now, we've got a lot of stuff to get through in today's episode, but I thought we'd start on Mello, just because he's had a really good season for a 17-year-old playing in the Premier League. I didn't expect him to be starting for us, but I think that the money we've spent on him, the 13 mil, actually is looking like it might be a reasonable deal for us in the end, because he's going to get plenty of game time and keep improving. And he's had a really good season this year. An average of a 7.24 is very, very good for a 17-year-old playing in the top flight. He's not like he's a Belgian international or anything like that. He's just signed a new deal as well to extend his contract by another year. So that's positives. The reason I've been outstanding is because I've stayed off YouTube recently and focused on football. It also explains my absence. Yes, I was wondering where you'd got to, old Bruno. He has really been up for the big games, although he didn't do quite so well against Manchester City, did he? But still, he generally does have a good big game mentality, and I wonder if that is the reason, but I haven't seen the comments from you guys to see if you figured out anything else. How is Ida doing? Now, I'll tell you how Ida's doing, actually. He plays for Châteauroux over in the French second tier, and he's actually been pretty decent for him. He's got himself, in the last 2 years, he's been into double figures for them in the league in both of those seasons, so basically playing about as well as he did for us in the Championship, which in the second season anyway. So that's really nice to see that his career's certainly moving along, getting some caps for Ireland. You know how it is. Mellow missiles. Yes, that's probably better than marshmallow rockets in fairness. It's also less of a mouthful, although a mouthful of marshmallows is never really a bad thing. Rumour has it that on his first day of training, Cardo Makengo turned up sporting a rather fetching cardigan. With their banter IQ over 200, Booty and Bridges latched on immediately and have been calling him Cardigan Makengo ever since. It's yet to catch on with the rest of the squad. Well, it's catching on with me. So Cardigan Makengo. that could be his name, to be honest. Maybe Cardo's just short for Cardigan. Pedro is now considered a world-class talent, which is brilliant. Like really, really good. He's back to 5-star again. So his performances this year have really picked up. The stadium expansion actually took a bit longer than I expected. So in fact, today's game against West Brom is actually the first game that we're going to have played in the new Edgeley Park, the 19,000 capacity. I thought it was going to be the Huddersfield one, but it wasn't. So today, and it's our last home game of the season, is going to be the only game this year we actually play at Edgeley Park, and what a perfect day for it. Right, off-camera games, because we've got a double live con today. We need to buzz through these. First up, we went to Goodison Park to play Everton, and as you can see, we absolutely humped them 4-1 at Goodison Park. Everton were at one point very much up there. They've fallen away massively. And unfortunately, I put this down to whoever is in charge of them at the moment. They play a very strange looking system. I'll show you it in a minute. But basically, they dominated the opening 20 minutes of this game until I figured out how to play around their system. And then after that, we bashed them. Abasolo scored a hat-trick in this one. Munir did get one back for them. But Abasolo was absolutely on fire in this game. Akwebu, Mello, everybody had a fantastic match, but I want to show you their system. This is genuinely the system they played. They played with a back four, a defensive midfielder, then a gap, then two attacking midfielders. These weren't centre mids, these were attacking mids, and then three strikers up top. They had basically 5 attacking players all in the centre. Those weren't wingers, those were strikers. And basically, once I figured out that our goalkeeper could just distribute to the flanks, we just played past them every single time, and we had wingers running at them constantly. Probably could have had even more goals. So yeah, weird system. I don't think it's going to work, but we're kind of relying on it to work today because Everton are playing Chelsea. After that, we went to Arsenal at the Emirates. It was not to be, unfortunately. 2 goals in 2 minutes for Raheem Sterling and Chris Parry. Raheem Sterling scored an identical goal to the one he scored against us last year. It was very annoying. Unfortunately, the injuries did not help in this game whatsoever. I think Beister was the one that had to come off. He did, yeah. John Hume also had to go off injured. Unfortunately, Akwebu, on 70 minutes, you know when I normally make my subs? I made the sub to bring on Andy Davison for Akwebu. And then the game went on for a further 4 minutes before it actually let me make the sub. And unfortunately, by that point, Akwebu had been sent off. So how on earth did it take 4 minutes from me clicking make sub to the sub? Surely the ball wasn't in play for 4 bloody minutes. Very, very annoying, but there we go. We still hung on in the end though, eventually playing the game with 9 men. Next up, our final game at the University of Bolton Stadium. We smashed Huddersfield 4-2. In all honesty, they were lucky to get the goals that they did. A wonderful free kick from Pedro. Andy Davison scored one, and Abasolo got another. Joseph Beiser got one too, but as you can see here, more injuries. Bednar injured, Mello injured. Not great. And Barry Shields, the 2 goals he scored were identical practically. As in, player cut inside from the wing, had a shot, which then hit the post and Wilson, bounced back out, and Shields was just able to walk in and tap it into the empty net. It was very, very frustrating. And finally, and this is so important, we got a 0-0 draw at Old Trafford against Man United. Once again, Bruno Bridges and the back line were absolutely stellar. Wilson was amazing. Dimitrov playing in place of Bednar was phenomenal. We did nothing going forward, but still created a few little chances here and there. And United didn't really have any chances until like stoppage time, where they had 3 or 4 of them and they were decent. And Wilson made a 95th minute save through a one-on-one against Gomez, I think it was, to earn us a point. And this point could be huge. And the reason this point could be huge is because that point allows us to be 3 points clear of Chelsea instead of 2. 3 points clear means if we can beat West Brom today, we'll go into the final game of the season at Stamford Bridge, knowing that if we can avoid defeat and we might even have the opportunity to lose because of goal difference and stuff. There's a real chance that we could actually get that 7th place. Leicester, I think, are going to get 6th, but we're right there. We're in with a good shot. It's between us and Chelsea today, and I'm nervous but looking forward to it. We've given ourselves a good chance. That's what I can say. Abasolo also picked up an injury, so he's going to be missing today, along with Zé Maria, so Okoro will be starting today. Johnny O, if there's ever a time for you to step up and be a hero, now is it. We've beat West Brom every time we've played them so far. Talha Chanmaz picked up an injury before in training, which is a pain. So that means Cardigan Makengo is going to have to come in. I'm sure he'll be fine, though. Everybody else, though, I'm fairly happy with. Baisa, Pedro, Okoro. Is Mello fit? Not really, no. Dyer, so Davidson's going to have to play. Is Bednar fit? Not really, no. He'll be back for Chelsea, though, I think. He's basically fit, but not quite yet. So that's going to be our lineup. Baisa, Pedro, Okoro, Davidson, Akwebu, Dyer, Dimitrov, Roussel, Makengo and Bridges. We should be able to beat West Brom. They're struggling. We should be able to beat them. On the bench, we're going to go with Puimal, Miller, Saferings, Booty, Boskovic, Kubat and Borlina. We're a bit thin at the moment because of the injuries we've suffered lately. It's not ideal. So West Brom play one of these systems. That's cool with me. Lots of right-hand side here, particularly. So we'll just do the normal with this. Cover most of that. We'll go in on Cataldi. I've set some of these up for specific positions. That way I don't have to keep changing them around all the time. And it does seem to make a difference. It's just quicker. We have been in phenomenal form towards the end, well, the second half of the year. We need to keep it up today. One more good performance against a weaker side is all we need. Oh, they nearly banana skinned us last time. I hope they don't do it again. Let's go. I mean, obviously, technically, we can qualify for the Europa League. Okay, I've seen enough to know so far that I'm content to turn off work ball into the box and just let us be a bit more free-flowing. Since we've got so much possession, we can afford to lose a little bit of that if it means getting a few more attacks. And Chelsea back in front again. Tantrum's header cleared away. Bruno Bridges does superbly. Yes, Davidson's won it. Finds Baisa. Here we go. Breakaway chance. This is where we could get them. On the break, even though we got so much of the ball. Okoro, can he dig a cross out? He finds Pedro! Who's hit the post, and he was offside anyway, to be fair. But he shouldn't be hitting the post again. Okay, since I turned off work ball into the box, we've had no more shots and have just lost the possession. So we might need to turn that back on again. So I think we might need to turn work ball into the box on. And I kind of think we might have to move to attacking. We've kind of got to enforce ourselves in this game a bit more. It's the only way. We have to come up with a point here. Or, sorry, a win. Okay, subs. Baisa's done nothing today. He's been really, really poor. I think Borlina, he needs a chance. We're just lacking play. Maybe Puimal in for Davidson. He scored a couple of goals towards the end of last year. And he's finally available again. And I just, be more expressive, perhaps, for the final 12 minutes of this match. Come on, lads. Find a winner here. And this could be the winner that puts you into Europe next year, really. Oh, Borlina stretching past people. Can he find a cross out? He can! Pedro! He's hit the post again! Are you joking? This is what I mean, right? He hits the post more than any other player I've ever had on FM. Watch Tantrum go up the end and score now. Right, here we go. I can't believe he's missed again. Looks long instead for some unknown reason. Oh, Borlina's brought it down. Right. Everybody's surging forward. Borlina's coming through. Pedro's in. And he's put it wide. Good opportunity for Pedro. We've not created enough today. This was a shoo-in. You know, we've not drawn against one of these teams for such a long time. And it would have to happen today, wouldn't it? And Borlina, good touch. He's not going to get anyone with him. And how is he offside? And that's it. I don't believe it. We've not been good enough. Like, it's not one of these games where we play really well and don't take our chances. We've just not created any chances, other than the one where Pedro hit the post. I can't believe he missed that. That should have been the goal that won us the match. And now we have to go to Stamford Bridge, knowing that, I mean, if Chelsea scored more goals than us, this is going to be very, very interesting. In fact, it doesn't matter. If Chelsea win, they get the spot. It's as simple as that. Right, guys, we're back on the day of the Chelsea game. This is all or nothing, basically. If we avoid defeat at Stamford Bridge, we're in Europe. If we lose, we're not in Europe. I know it's a tough ask, but we've got to do something here. And it's been made worse by a couple of things. Firstly, though, we did actually win the FA Youth Cup, which is very, very impressive for the lads. We beat Swansea 6-4 over 2 legs in the final. The issue you might notice is that Pedro is pulled ankle ligaments. He's going to miss today's game. Our most important player is not going to play in the game that we need him to play in. Unfortunately, he's not really the only one. Davidson and Dyer also picked up injuries during the week. Of all the times to suddenly get injuries, we've had a lot lately all of a sudden, and now we're going to be missing a few of these guys, and it is going to be problematic. However, Mello and Bednar are back, so you lose a little, you gain a little. Chanman's back? Yes, he is, so we've got him back as well. Dyer, unfortunately, cannot play today, which is a pain. However, I'm going to go with Booty. We're going to trust Regan Booty for today. And Davidson will, of course, drop out for Mello. So we've lost a few players, but we've also gained a few of the first teamers back. I'm hoping Liam Miller can do a job today, but this is going to be tough, lads. I'm going to put Zé Maria in as well, because I just don't think Okoro's performed in the matches he's played since he's come back into the team. I feel like We can give Zemaria a chance since he's fit as well now. We are not looking great, to be honest. That's the bench we're going to go with. Puimal, Okoro, Makengo, Dimitrov, Boskovic, Kubat, and Piero Bolina. It's all or nothing. Right, let's have a look at the squad. I think they play the same system we do. Yes, they do. Okay, so Bentancur will do a similar kind of thing as always. Let me just check their heat maps. We are going to go with our system today. I know we beat them earlier this year playing the other one, but I just feel like we kind of have no choice but to try and go for this. We've just got to hope that we can come up a draw. Even if we get our third straight 0-0 draw, it'll be a bit of a limp end to the year, but I won't care if it gets us into Europe. Imagine if someone steps up. Imagine if Bruno got his only Premier League goal from open play today. That would be a bit of a long shot. Right. This is going to be so unbelievably hard. Like, Chelsea is still a very good side. This is the kind of game where you'd hope that someone like Pedro could score a free kick or do something magical. But without him, you know, we're going to have to really rely on Liam Miller to come up with some magic today. And it's I don't know. I think he'll struggle. But if we just... All right, so Chelsea have got an injury already. That's good for us because Dilrosun is a very good player. Miller weirdly in the middle of the pitch. Booty, look at the space out wide. I don't know who's in that space. It's Bicester. They've swapped over nicely. Bicester's all the way through. Miller, yes! Gives us the lead at Stamford Bridge. Liam Miller, the hero of old, could well... No, 11 minutes is all we've got. How is that not? Did he get tackled? This is wonderful from Bicester and Miller as well, by the way. The fact that they were out of position, so they just switched roles for a bit. Bicester does well. I assume it gets tackled into the path of Miller. It does. Miller doesn't care. Thunders that down the middle, and we lead at Stamford Bridge. And we'd actually go 6th at the moment. Not that I think that would actually make a difference if we were to go into Europe. Right. And again, he's into the space. Bicester, once again out wide. Did I accidentally put Bicester... Hang on a minute. Have I accidentally put Bicester on the left wing and Liam Miller up front? Because it certainly seems like that's what's happened. Let me just... Oh, I bloody have, haven't I? How did it do that thing where I was messing around with players and it just flipped things over for literally no reason? Okay, well, that might improve things now, having our correct players in the right positions. So I want to see where they line up when we have a goal kick, so I can see if we want to be continuing to distribute the way we are. Ball through. Bice's in! Oh, Joseph, you have to be... Oh, he has to score there. Chelsea's starting to find a bit of rhythm now. Still not got a lot of the ball, but... I have this fear that they're going to come up with something special. They're still a very, very good side. Mello. Oh, look at that. Poor Dilrosun. Back post. That's surely too deep. Saved. Wonderful from Wilson. On the stroke of half time now. And we've actually looked a bit better towards the end of the half again. Couple more shots. A few more chances. Oh my God. Bice's through again. He has to score this time. Oh, God, he's missed it. To be fair, that was less of a miss and more of an unbelievable save from the Chelsea keeper. Chelsea 0, Stockport 1. We should have scored. Bicester has to score one of those chances. He does, because I feel like that could come back and bite us. I would like the win, because the win at the moment would push us into 6th place, which would be very much better, because I think that would move us up in terms of which round we'd go into the Europa League. But I'm not really that bothered right now. I just want to get into it. Caicedo. Oh, no. What a save again from Wilson. Trademark balls. Bednar again. Can he dig a cross out? He's got through a few. Pulls it in. Oh, cleared. Mello. Bicester. Yes! It's 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. Joseph Bicester with the headed goal gives us a 2-0 advantage away. Why couldn't we do this against West Brom? We've been so good tonight. This is a wonderful piece of play. Bednar whips this in. It's headed away. But what about this? Headed assist from Mello here. And Bednar rises highest, flicks it past Rajkovic. It's 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. Now we just need to avoid conceding 3 goals today, which still, knock on wood. Uh-oh, right. 2 changes for Chelsea. That's all their subs used now. Let's check what they've done. Zemaria. I'm glad I put him in instead of Okoro today. I feel like he's done a better job. Oh, this is the moment. Miller! We are playing in Europe next year, lads. Liam Miller, absolute hero at Stamford Bridge. We're 3-0 up away at Chelsea. This has been far easier on the night than I ever expected it to be. The way this game started, I was worried. Zemaria has been superb. This was the Pedro run, but Miller makes it instead. Near post. Rajkovic can't get there. 3-0, and surely now we're heading into Europe next season. This is amazing. Russell wins it easily. Zemaria again, out wide. He's just got to keep picking out Liam Miller, and he's done it again. Miller's through. Can he find a hat-trick? He does! He does! It's a hat-trick. It's 4-0. This is what I mean. Pedro doesn't always make those runs that we can get from this position, out on the right-hand side. Usually, in order to get the ball to Pedro for one of these crosses, they have to drive into the centre. But Miller makes those runs earlier, and it's why he gets in those positions. And that is why, if Pedro can shift that PPM, he is going to be lethal in the top flight. Miller's made it 4-0. He's got a hat-trick. What a way to finish the season. Well, literally nothing has really happened since Miller's 3rd goal. And that's it. We're in Europe. We are moving into the European The Europa League for next season. Chelsea 0, Stockport 4. That's got to be the biggest win of the save so far. Liam Miller's hat-trick, a goal from Josef Beizer in there. He could have had 2 more, remember? Like, this could have been 6-0 to Stockport against Chelsea away. I know they're not the same team they were before, but this is mental. Yes! And with that, we come 6th in the Premier League, only 5 points behind Liverpool in the end. We eventually finished 4 points clear. Chelsea don't get into Europe this year. They come 8th. Us and Leicester take those spots. What a performance. West Brom go down. Brighton eventually finished 16th with a -44. That has to be the worst goal difference ever to stay in the Premier League. And Brighton have done it for a second consecutive year. The worst team to survive. Well, they're not, though, because, of course, Stoke are actually worse there. West Brom, Watford, and Leeds go down. Leeds with a dreadful points tally. Only 2 wins all year. Wow. Let's see if we can access the budgets. Pellegrini's top goal scorer. Pedro in there too. Pedro was a Players Young Player of the Year. Not bad, Pedders. I was Manager of the Season. No surprises there, eh? Board set initial budgets. Oh, Lord! £77 million. How am I going to spend that? Right, and that's, remember, last time I got given 38 and I ended up spending 86. Just to give you an idea of where we're at with this. So what does that do? And that's just the... So what have we got? Ooh, selling costs. So, only 45k a week in wage. Okay, so it's probably more like 50 mil. That's still bloody fantastic, though. That is brilliant. Got some Brazilians here that I've been looking out and just bringing in some youngsters as well. And Lee Mitchell's going to go to Porto for some reason. Let's see if we can sell on this. So there you go. That's our season. We've got 77 million to spend in the summer. Ironically, a player PSG just listed as a striker. He's listed for transfer at 75 million. And he looks really good, but I don't want to spend it all on one player, particularly as his wages were like 200 grand a week. There you go. 67 goals scored, 49 conceded. Still not great, but better. Much, much better. Less conceded, a few more scored has really shoved us up the league. And just think, if we hadn't had that poor start to the year, I want to see this. So we've gained 54 points from those 25 matches, to give you an idea. So that is over 2 points a game. If we'd managed to do that for the entire season, we'd be somewhere in probably contention for a Champions League spot, around about the high 70s, low 80s, if we'd managed to do the entire year like that. But we got what we wanted in the end, and that is 6th place. Unbelievable stuff. I really am ecstatic with that. To win Chelsea 4-0 on the last day. Right, so analyze this video later. I'm going to go through all the other leagues in that video, so just tune to the start and you'll see that. I'm also going to go through each individual player quickly so you guys can have a look at those and then do the other stuff too. So, yeah, look forward to that. If you've enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you have, and you want other people to be able to find this channel, drop a like on the video. That's what that really does. It just pushes it up little rankings and stuff and enables other people that might enjoy the content to find it. That's really all it seems to have use for, frankly. So yeah, do that. And if you are one of those people that's found the channel in this period, hit subscribe, because we have a lot of fun over here doing this kind of stuff. Man City champions, as you can see. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for transfer goodies. The pimp suit is coming back out, and yeah, that's going to be interesting, because I really don't know how I'm going to spend that money at the moment, because I'm really happy with a lot of the players we've got. We might have to bring in someone world class. If we can find another Brazilian like Pedro, oh, I'll be getting him. See you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.